Welcome back to the show, everybody. James Rule XRP. I'll tell you what, this is my third video of the day. I can't tell you the last time I made 3 videos in the day, but there's so much news going out there. And today, we're going to talk about the SEC. We're going to talk about Gary Gensler. You know, here for the last 3 or 4 years, we've been fighting the SEC. The SEC sued Ripple, sued the XRP Army, sued the XRP community. Well, today, a judge granted that the SEC paid back fines for a case that I'm going to show you. And also, Oversight is suing the SEC because of not providing documentations pertaining to ETHgate. Let's do this. Before we get started, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm a cryptocurrency teacher at Rule XRP, the one and only James Rule XRP. Check me out. Follow me on X. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. And let's go ahead and get into it. I have many sponsors, and if you click on my link tree below, you're going to learn more about me. You're going to learn about Uphold, ELLIPAL wallets, Caleb and Brown, CryptoGadgets, iTrustCapital, LINQTO. Click on each one of them. If anything interests you and you go to those sites and you want to purchase something, tell them James Rule XRP sent you by. Thank you very much. Take a look at the numbers. It is 6 p.m. on Monday in Texas. Total market cap, 2.618 trillion. Bitcoin, let's take a look at it, 67,525. Ethereum, 3514. Solana, down a little bit, 198. XRP, up a tad, 63 cents. Cardano, 65 cents. The race is on. Stellar, HBAR, VeChain, Algo. You know, there's thousands of cryptos out there. Not financial advice, I only invest in use case utility ecosystems that are changing the world today, that are going to change the world tomorrow. All right, let's go ahead and get knee deep into this. Come on, here we go. Ellie Tarrant, Fox Business. New, a Utah judge has found the SEC engaged in bad faith conduct against the crypto firm The Debt Box, at The Debt Box on Twitter. The judge has placed sanctions on the SEC for abuse and judicial process, ordered them to pay the legal fees of Debtbox, and denied its motion to dismiss the charges without prejudice, meaning it will not be able to refile the same charges at a later date. And if we go to here, Cointelegraph breaks it down for us, and they show us exactly how the SEC lost the case against Debtbox. Thank you very much, Braden Lindria with Cointelegraph. It says the SEC initially conceded it misled the court, but argued a sanction wasn't appropriate. Here we go. Check this out, people. There's some people in the community that are also mentioned in this feed here. It says United States District Court has imposed sanction on the Securities and Exchange Commission for acting in bad faith, go figure, in a lawsuit it brought against Debtbox. The SEC initially filed a motion to dismiss without prejudice, but that was denied by Judge Robert J. Shelby, who slammed the regulator for intentionally lying to the court about evidence it obtained to secure a temporary restraining order and freeze of Debtbox's assets last August. Quote, the commission's above discussed conduct constitutes a gross abuse of the power entrusted to it by Congress and substantially undermine the integrity of these proceedings and the judicial process, Shelby said in the March 18th filing. The critical evidence the SEC offered to obtain lacked any basis, which was nonetheless advanced in deliberately false and misleading ways, Shelby explained. Paul Graywall with Coinbase also reiterated this, showed a copy of the court doc for today. And right here, he also said that for the reasons explained below, the court imposed the sanctions against the commission for bad faith conduct in obtaining, maintaining, and defending the TRO, and denies the commission's motion to dismiss without prejudice to refile in accordance with the District of Utah's local show more. The SEC initially claimed that Debtbox perpetrated a $50 million fraudulent cryptocurrency scheme amid its operations as a software mining license provider. In requesting the TRO and asset freeze, The regulator claimed that DebtBox had already sent $720,000 overseas and would flee to the UAE and secretly transfer more assets with it if notified of the order. The request was initially approved. However, Shelby later reviewed his initial order and concluded the SEC misrepresented evidence and that the $720,000 transfer was instead sent within the United States. Oh boy, they messed up. Meta Lawman, at Meta Lawman. The judge in the DebtBox case has issued an 80-page opinion sanctioning the SEC for egregious misconduct in the case. The opinion is devastating to the SEC as an institution and to particular lawyers who committed the misconduct. In December, Judge Shelby gave the SEC a show cause order, a type of court order that requires the party to justify, explain, or prove something to the court. And while the SEC accepted its actions weren't forthcoming, the regulator ordered a sanction wasn't appropriate. We don't have to tell you. Well, bullshit. Now they got stuck in a corner for that. Austin Campbell, founder of Zero Knowledge Consulting, says the SEC staff should be terminated and that the agency needs to undergo a reform. We've said that for years now. Gary Gensler needs to go. SEC lawyers should have personal liability for such conduct. In addition to the agency itself, what is described here is unconscionable for those entrusted with such authority by law. SEC was ordered to pay DebtBox's legal, lawyer, fees, and everything. Congratulations, DebtBox. Let's take it one step further. Tristan Levitt with Empower Oversight. He is the president of Empower Oversight. Check this out. We gave the SEC a month. They didn't produce any documents. They didn't commit to when they would produce any documents. So now we filed a suit. Hats off to Tristan. Hats off to Jason with Empower Oversight. Let's take a look at this. Empower Oversight sues the SEC for more crypto conflict documents. And ladies and gentlemen, what this pertains to is ETHgate, William Hinman, Jay Clayton, why they deemed Ether non-security, why they manipulated the market, and they're demanding documents out of the SEC, the Securities and Exchange Commission of the United States. Let me zoom in. March 18th, today, 2024. Empower Oversight has filed a lawsuit against the Securities and Exchange Commission over its failure to comply with the Freedom of Information Act, FOIA, requests seeking documents related to cryptocurrency conflicts of interest at the agency. Quote, by slow walking their response to our FOIA request, the SEC is stonewalling Empower Oversight and to SEC officials with conflicts of interest on cryptocurrency issues. The public has a right to see all documents that relate to how these public officials violated ethics guidance and how the agency failed to hold them accountable, said Tristan Levitt, president of Empower Oversight. Through previous FOIA requests, Empower Oversight has already uncovered and referred to the Inspector General evidence of ethical issues involving William Hinman, the Director of Division of Corporate Finance at the SEC from May 2017 to December 2020, as well as former SEC Chairman Jay Clayton. Since 2023, Empower has sought additional communications between the SEC officials and employees at Simpson Thacher, including after the Ethics Office had directed Hinman to recuse himself from any matters that directly affected Simpson Thacher. Federal law requires that agencies respond to FOIA requests within 20 days. However, the SEC delayed its searches by asking multiple rounds of clarifying questions and asking Empower Oversight to narrow its request. What kind of BS is that? Then the SEC failed for months to communicate with Empower Oversight about the May 2023 request. In January, Empower proposed to the SEC a basic timeline for the SEC to provide updates on the progress of the request as well as a schedule for processing records. Yet the SEC has been unwilling to commit to such a schedule in nearly 9 months after the request still has not produced a single page. More than 2 years ago, Empower Oversight began pressing the SEC for transparency in how the agency was making decisions on cryptocurrency issues. Despite very little cooperation from the SEC, Empower learned through FOIA requests that Hinman both had a personal finance interest in cryptocurrencies the SEC was regulating and also broke ethics guidance by meeting with other entities that had an interest. Go figure that one. After one of those meetings, Hinman had declared in a June 2018 speech that Ethereum was not a security. Empower Oversight has also raised concerns about public comments made by Jay Clayton that affirmed previous Hinman statements about Ether and declared that Bitcoin, another cryptocurrency, was not a security. At the end of Clayton's tenure, the SEC filed a lawsuit against Ripple Labs alleging that its XRP currency was a security, and after leaving the SEC, Clayton reportedly joined cryptocurrency hedge fund One River Asset Management, which focuses, listen to this, ladies and gentlemen, exclusively on Bitcoin and Ether, Ethereum, not XRP. I'll tell you what, we deal with so many criminals in public office. There's so many criminals in public office. Gary Gensler, the little bastard, knows exactly what blockchain and cryptocurrency is. The little snaky bastard is getting paid off by Goldman Sachs, by the banks, all of the above to stifle technology in the United States. And I tell you what, people, we all need to step up. You need to get with your local representatives in your state. You need to step up and show that we are demanding action. We are demanding answers, because what are the damages to holders of XRP from 2020 December to now? Take a deep breath, James. It's going to be okay. That's 2 down for the SEC. You know, XRP is not a security. It was deemed not a security last July. And I tell you what, we're going places. I love to see when these government entities get bitch slapped, and everything's going to be okay. My name is James Rule XRP, the James Rule Crypto Show. Have a lovely evening. Let's kick ass this week, and I'll see you soon. You know why? Because I told you so.